Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Aaron.
Aaron is here. Welcome back, everybody, for more SPTV, where every day is a great day not to be in a cult. What is happening with Tom Cruise and Donald Trump? Guys, I meant to jump on this story about 3 or 4 days ago, and I realized today that I'd never gotten to it. I have an interesting take on this, on this Tom Cruise, SpaceX, NASA, Donald Trump thing. I think it is a very interesting contradiction that high-profile Scientologists, like high-profile and wealthy Scientologists like Trish Duggan and Grant Cardone and Greta Van Susteren and John Mappin are falling all over themselves to kiss as much butt in the Trump administration as possible. And yet Scientology's poster boy, the #1 poster boy for the international family destroying human trafficking cult known as Scientology, and the best friend of Scientology leader David Miscavige, we're of course talking about Tom Cruise, time after time again snubs Donald Trump, and in this most recent headline would rather scrap a movie, totally kill a movie that he's been working on for over 5 years and coordinating with NASA and SpaceX. He'd rather kill the movie altogether than owe Donald Trump a favor. That is incredible to me. But I think it also speaks to Tom Cruise's awareness of the fact that he sees himself as a movie star that has to appeal to everyone. He does not really get political. And I'll tell you, the one time he tried to make some sort of a political statement by sending back his Golden Globe Awards amid some, controversy and scandal at the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, it led us to this very memorable moment. Do you guys remember this? Check this out.
Backstage, I found these 3 Golden Globe Awards that Tom Cruise returned. I think maybe we take these 3 things and exchange them for the safe return of Shelly Miscavige. Backstage, I found these.
Okay, never mind the fact that nobody can ever properly pronounce the name Miscavige. To have them make a joke on stage, national network TV, joking about Shelly Miscavige being missing, and what opened the door to that joke was Tom Cruise. That is just too good. All right, so let's get right into the headline. What are we talking about here? We're talking about this. Hollywood icon scraps space movie to avoid owing Donald Trump a favor. The actor seems to be doing everything he can to stay out of the president's orbit. Tom Cruise's space movie is not getting off the ground if that means schmoozing with Donald Trump. An anonymous source told Page 6 that the movie star's space movie, in which he would reunite with Edge of Tomorrow director Doug Liman, isn't moving forward because it would need NASA coordination and Donald Trump's approval. Those sources claim that Tom Cruise did not want to cross that line. From what I understand, they would need NASA coordination to do the movie. And supposedly, Tom Cruise did not want to ask Donald Trump for a favor. The source told the site. You'd need permission from the federal government. Tom did not want to ask for political reasons. There's a little bit more to the story, but I find this interesting because Tom Cruise, as well as John Travolta, Tom has not hesitated to lobby the government on Scientology's behalf in the past. Tom Cruise has lobbied politicians in France. He's lobbied politicians in Germany. And either Tom Cruise and or John Travolta lobbied both the first Bush administration and the Clinton administration in favor of getting Scientology its tax-exempt status back, which it had lost in the 50s. So Tom Cruise has not shied away from schmoozing with government officials to curry favor with Scientology. And it seems that if David Miscavige's #1 agenda item was to cozy up as much as possible to Donald Trump and his administration, or, the leaders in the Republican Party, it seems like Tom Cruise would be the one to really fight that fight for David Miscavige. And yet Tom is doing the opposite. So is it that David Miscavige recognizes that it would hurt Tom Cruise's career to be seen as a friend of Trump, and so he won't even call in the favor? Or has David Miscavige asked Tom to do such a thing, and Tom said, nope, I cannot I cannot do that. I barely survived talking about Scientology for a year back in 2005. Who actually knows what's going on behind the scenes? Okay, let's see what else is reported here. The revelation comes after Tom Cruise claimed in August that scheduling conflicts were the reason he turned down Trump's Kennedy Center honor. That's right, guys. This is the other thing. Tom Cruise turned down a Lifetime Achievement Award, a Kennedy Center Lifetime Achievement Award, because Donald Trump was the one who selected the winners and was going to personally host the event and give out the awards. Tom Cruise doing everything he can to stay away from Donald Trump. Okay, it says the would-be space film was first reported in 2020 when Deadline revealed that Tom Cruise was in early talks with Elon Musk's SpaceX and NASA. It is unclear how far along the project was in development, and there reportedly was no screenplay at the time. Trump appointed NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine, was publicly supportive back in 2020, tweeting, NASA is excited to work with Tom Cruise on a film aboard the space station. We need popular media to inspire a new generation of engineers and scientists to make NASA's ambitious plans a reality. Tom Cruise apparently did not want to find out whether or not the second iteration of Trump's administration would support the film. One thing he can be sure of is that he lives rent-free in the president's brain, as Trump has often found reasons to reference the action film star just last month when describing the handsome pilots who flew the B-2 bombers that hit Iran's enrichment facilities. Trump described them as perfect specimens who looked like Tom Cruise, but taller. Okay. There you go. Kind of short, kind of sweet. As I was preparing for this video, it occurred to me, because guys, I've done some videos on this. When I do videos about anything to do with Scientology's attempts to infiltrate the Republican Party, no one likes these videos. No one watches these videos. I get a bunch of bad comments when I do videos like this. Don't shoot the messenger, guys. I'm just here to talk about anything and everything Scientology that I can, and use every excuse I can to remind the world that Scientology is a family-destroying international human trafficking cult, of which Tom Cruise is the poster boy. So, I did a video in the last day or two about Trish Duggan, Scientology's wealthiest member. She's donated probably over $500 million to Scientology. She's donated over $20 million to various Republican politicians and PACs and causes over the last couple of years. She's donated almost $2 million to political action committees run by James Uthmeier, Florida's Attorney General. James Uthmeier is now helping Scientology forward their agenda in Clearwater, Florida. All of this Scientology money matters. All of this Scientology influence matters. And it just dawned on me today how interesting it is that Tom Cruise is not only is he not helping Scientology curry favor from Donald Trump, he's actually doing the exact opposite. And that's something that makes me go, not quite sure what to make of it. All right, let's just go through some starred comments and we'll wrap this up. Okay, Itchy Thetans, what up, AA Ron? FYI, the cult turned off comments on their TikTok posts. I wondered when they were going to do that. Gen X Girl, is Tommy going to be in trouble for doing that? Itchy Thetans, I know what's up. Trump is jealous that Tom Cruise's dinner plate necklace is bigger. Abigail, that's going to create a rift between Tom Cruise and David Miscavige. Abigail, pointing this out is going to create a huge rift between DM and TC. I'd be very surprised if it didn't. Marilyn Honig, Tom did something good for a change. Adam Carmona, Trump wanted to make a movie about implants, and Tom thought it was about Scientology. I like that. Marilyn says, I'm sure Tom Cruise is being careful not to alienate a huge swath of fans, plus a lot of Hollywood stars. Exactly. And Bill Kennedy, R.I.P. Rob Reiner. R.I.P. Rob Reiner. I had just watched a few weeks ago, well, I guess just before jail, Rob Reiner did a great podcast with Bill Maher. Bill Maher's got a fun podcast to watch. No matter what you think about Bill Maher, it's really fun to watch his podcast and his old man get off my lawn energy. Bill Maher does podcasts where he just brings on people to complain to. But anyway, Bill Maher had done a great episode with Rob Reiner recently, and I'd watched that. Anyway, R.I.P. Rob Reiner. All right, guys, short but sweet. I'm probably going to do something else before the night is over, but either way, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right